What's going on? We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video, man. And let's talk about Ziggy Ansah and why the Detroit Lions should bring back Ziggy Ansah. And I believe the price is the major reason. And the role they can find for Ziggy Ansah, where you kind of can stretch out his longevity longer than his body indicates. Now, before we get deep into the video, we know that Ziggy Ansah has some durability issues, and I will be the first to say that Ziggy Ansah is probably no longer a full-time defensive end, okay, or a full-time defensive player at any position. So I will say that. But why would I bring back Ziggy Ansah? Because of the price. I believe no NFL team is going to play Ziggy Ansah a lot of money. But I think he can find a consistent role with the Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I think the price is the major thing about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to get younger, faster, quicker. But when Ziggy Ansah was available to play last year, I felt that Ziggy Ansah was very disruptive, and he made a massive difference with the Detroit Lions defensive attack. And like I said before, I think he's too good just, not to bring him back at a cheaper price. You know what I'm saying? You could bring him back at a cheap price, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can probably get him at the veteran minimum because nobody else wants Ziggy Ansah. Nobody going to pay Ziggy Ansah top dollar. And you can bring him back and make him a rotational player. Does this stop me from relying on, finding a rookie or a free agent to come in and help the pass rush? Absolutely. He will be a situational pass rusher or situational football player for me, and I'll explain that in a minute. But it won't stop me from looking at Trey Flowers, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jadeveon Clowney, Frank Clark. And none of those guys have been franchise tagged, I don't believe, yet. So it won't stop me from looking at, was it Ed Oliver or Sweat or Rashad Gary or none of the defensive pass rushers that could be in our draft. Well, it wouldn't stop me from trading up for Joey Bosa. It wouldn't stop me from doing that. But what you do get from Ziggy Ansah is you get a football player that can spell in there. You know what I'm saying? He can spell in there. He can tutor some of the younger guys on the defensive line. And he give you that veteran presence. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, really, you got Eli Hero, Romeo Rockwell, and pretty much nothing else. Because Devin Kennard, he spells as a pass rusher and as a linebacker. He drops and he pass rush. So you really don't have a veteran leadership at the defensive end for a next guy to come in and learn under. So Ziggy Ansah could be like a player coach and tutor some of the young guys on some of the, nuances in the NFL or some of the new ounces in the NFL for those rookies. But I would use him as a situational pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? I would use him in known pass rushing downs. I would use him when we need a big stop. I would use him sparingly. His snap count would drop drastically. He would no longer be my full-time defensive end, and that's how I would use him sparingly. I would stand him up, rush him. I would play him on the inside. I would just play him where I could play him at in situations. We need a sack. Okay, third downs, we going to play him. Okay, if we playing a team that like to throw a lot, then okay, we use him a little bit more on first down. But basically, I would use him as a third down, third and manageable, or knowing third passing downs. And if we need a big stop in the run game, or if it's all right, it's fourth and one, we don't know if they're gonna run and throw it. I would use him as a run-stopping defensive end here and there as well, too. But I would drastically drop his snap count to really preserve his body and really not overuse him. And I would use him as his price indicated. If I get him at a good, cheap price, I would use him. I would get my use out of him. But I wouldn't use him. I would use him sparingly here and there. I use him, from the front side, use him from the back side. I would have him playing about 30 to 50% of the snaps instead of being out there 90, 80, 70, 60% of the snaps. I'm looking more on a Sunday average of 35 to 40% of the snaps and really, letting him build his physical strength up. And maybe at times, I would just, I would not have him active for some weeks to let him build his physical strength back up. And I think, if I'm Ziggy Ansah, this is just from the player's perspective, and I've done right with my money, I think I would sit out the year, honestly. From his perspective, I would sit out the NFL year, reevaluate myself. And it's hard to do that because we seen B.J. Rogers from the Packers said he was going to sit out a year. I don't believe he came back, because for him, it's a little bit different than Ziggy Ansah, or it could be the same. For him, he probably ate himself out the NFL, relaxed, got comfortable, said my money was right, got really, really big or really, really comfortable, and said, you know what, I don't need to be going through that use no more. Let me smoke some weed or let me drink some wine and enjoy life. And that could happen for Ziggy Ansah. He could find other ways, to make money and invest his money into, businesses. And he could be at home, like I said before, drinking wine, smoking weed, relaxing, enjoying the fruits of his labor. He may figure out, I don't want to come back. Or what he could do is just rest for the first 6, 7, 8 months of the year, or for the whole year, come back, as soon as the Super Bowl over with, and say, okay, I feel physically good, but I would do a ton of rehab on my body, a ton of the ice chambers and in the hyperbolic chambers, whatever the fuck they call that shit. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z stuff. I would legitimately build my physical strength back up. I would get with the holistic stuff and get all natural products, detox my body, get all the impurities out of my body, and really build my physical strength up. But you only do that after you set out the year and after the Super Bowl, and you reevaluate, say, do I really want to go run these miles, lift these weights, cleanse my body, detox my body, build my physical strength back up? Do I really want to train? And in my opinion, after a year, I find out, like, if I do want to get back into the game, okay, I feel physically good. If I don't, my body's still hurting, it's still aching, it's still bad, I don't want to fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if he chooses to come back, why not bring him back at a cheap price? You know what I'm saying? But last year, the difference why Lions fans got up in arms is Bob Quinn. He put his whole pass rush plans in Ziggy Ansah with the franchise tag. He didn't build on it. He didn't bring in a pass rusher. He didn't draft the guy out of Boston College. Eli Harold? He didn't draft him, whatever his name was, the Harold kid out of Boston College. He didn't draft him. He passed up on a number of pass rushers, and it hurt because Ziggy Ansah balled out for the Jets game, and then he got injured and was injured, came back, looked good, got injured again. Ziggy Ansah showed that he still could play at a high level, just in short bursts and periods of time. You know what I'm saying? He can't put, 16 weeks together of balling. His body is just not built like that. You got to remember the average NFL career is like 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? So, it's hard. And it's already been questions about his actual age. They said he a lot older than what he was, and that was an issue coming out the draft when it came down to him and Bartavius Mingo. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's still in the league. And Mingo, I don't even know where the fuck he's at. He probably in the league somewhere, but he didn't do half of what Ziggy Ansah did. But for me, it's all about value. You know what I'm saying? And you got some veteran leadership that you can usher in and help a young defensive end come in if you chose on drafting a rookie. And like I said, it's about value. It's about, the Lions are a frugal organization. They don't want to overpay, but you still can find a role for Ziggy Ansah as a situational defensive end. I don't say a situational pass rusher because Ziggy can do more than pass rush. He can come in on big third downs and help them stuff to run. He can come in on known passing downs and help them stuff to help them rush the passer. He can make big plays. It's just that you got to cut his snap count down for people that don't get when I say situational defensive end. From going 70, 80, 90, 60% snaps. No, he needs to be on the Sunday 30 to 50%. And he need to have maintenance weeks and maintenance practices. You treat him like they treat Blake Griffin a little bit and manage his health. You treat him like they manage, like Popovich manages the Spurs players. Like, LeBron have maintenance days. You got to maintenance him, but on a different level. But I know a lot of people probably not going to agree with me on this. I'm done with Ziggy and this and that. But it's Pro Football Focus show. When he played, he was the most disruptive defensive end. But me personally, just looking from the outside in, no ties to being a Lions fan, no ties to being from Detroit, no ties to Ziggy Ansah, nothing like that. I truly believe Ziggy Ansah needs to take a calendar year off, and then after the Super Bowl, see if I want to come back, start training, detox body, get the impurities out, start training, and let his body really talk to him. Because you really can't heal in the NFL. You only get 2-3 months off, and then you back to training and getting ready for the offseason. So they really don't get a lot of time off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do if I was him. I would just evaluate after a year and come back. But maybe financially he can't do that. But hey, it's good. More to see Sports Talk. And let me know what you guys think about the whole Ziggy Ansah video. I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure y'all check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or a video question. You can DM me on social media. If you got, if you want to make a donation, the link's always there. Continue to share the videos. Let me know what you think about this Ziggy Ansah topic. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow, Motor City Sports Talk. We gone.